Hey guys, and welcome back to Sonic 2. Welcome to the Casino Night Zone. It's basically the birth of every casino trope level in Sonic ever, really. You've got Casinopolis from Sonic Adventure DX.
Yes.
Insert Wikipedia entry with all other available trope levels here, and of course, I guess by proxy, Carnival Night Zone, because it's basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Except instead of a casino, it's a carnival, so, you know. And I think I honestly prefer Carnival Night Zone, I'm gonna be honest.
You what?
No, I honestly do. I think the colour palette's better, I enjoy the gimmicks in it more. I don't know, this just felt like a relaxation sort of level, honestly. The only thing I find annoying in Carnival Night is I think it's like towards the end of Act 2 where you've got to like find your way around the rollers to Knuckles, and I always used to get time over there, so I don't know, I guess I'm just stupid.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to correct your objectively incorrect opinion there.
Okay.
Because Casino Night, I actually like Casino Night a lot. I find it to be, like, aesthetically, yeah, you could say it's a bit loud in parts, but I think it looks cool.
I'm not saying it doesn't look good, I'm just saying I like the look of Carnival Night better.
Well, no, Carnival Night, I find that looks a bit dull, a bit bland, and
Well, look in the fucking mirror.
just don't like Carnival Night. Thank you.
Well, can I just say that you're both wrong, because I think a bit loud is quite the understatement, Flame. Like, it's very loud. I feel the colour palette is probably... It's erring on gaudy a little bit too much for me, I feel.
How the fuck did I forget Casino Park from Sonic Heroes? I mean,
I was just about to say, that level looks absolutely atrocious in Heroes.
you want to speak about Garish, goddamn. And then, of course, we have Big O Highway. Apparently, Carnival Night on Sonic Retro is counted as a... Oh, it's Carnival / Casino, okay. Well, I suppose it makes sense to lump them in together. You've got Casino Night Zone from Sonic Generations 3DS, I think. Casino Street Zone, the Casino Night knockoff from Sonic 4. Casinopolis from Adventure. Collision Chaos, I guess, from CD. Frozen Factory, sort of, if you count that one act from Sonic Lost World. Neon Palace Zone from Sonic Rivals 2, that was pretty good. Sega Carnival from Sonic Riders, Spring Stadium Zone from Sonic 3D, Spring Yard, of course, Tropical Resort, and White Park Zone from Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Episode 2. I'm a big fan of White Park Zone, actually. I thought it was pretty neat.
I like Act 2, you know, the one with the roller coaster. I think that's a really fun level. I'm not too big on the other ones. Like, I think it's free, isn't it? The one where there's that underwater section where you can get yourself into a place where you're forced to drown if you're too slow.
Act 1 is a snow level, Act 2 is like a proper carnival level where you find Metal Sonic, so yeah, you know, just removing the obvious ones, it would have to be Act 3 by that conclusion.
Why do they keep doing that with these misleading fucking names? Like, you got the Frozen Factory, you got fucking, like, White Park. No, like, tell me what the level actually entails.
I'm not trying to, like, have an autism fit over stuff. I just like it nice and consistent.
Literally, mate.
Oh, and Twinkle fucking Park from Adventure. I was abridging the goddamn game, like, 2 days ago. You think I'd remember these things?
You would, Tom, you really would, but clearly we can't rely on you for such things.
Ouch. Fucking goddamn, Richie. I'm just going to ignore you and talk about the slots and whatnot. How did you find the slots, Flame? Immediately passing the book to someone who knows what he's talking about.
I know what I'm talking about, that's new. But, like, it's a cool gimmick. I can see why someone might get annoyed if they get caught here for too long. But, you know, it's the gimmick of the level, I like it.
Yeah, you know, if you play it right, you can rack up lives pretty quickly, but be very careful. You don't want to get triple Eggmans. Nothing good ever comes out of there being more than one Eggman in one place at a single given time.
Hey, I like Generations.
Yeah, it leads to a really horrendous boss fight.
Well, yeah, I think you're both right there, honestly, because, you know, you've got Sonic Generations, but you also have Time Eater at the end of Sonic Generations.
Exactly.
So nice background, I'll give it that. I'm completely doubling back on my previous opinion now. Again, I don't think it's bad per se, I just like Carnival Night more. I'll tell you one thing Carnival Night has over Casino Night, though, is the badniks. Never liked the fucking, the shield crab, as it were.
Oh, the ones that bounce you back in this level, yeah. Admittedly, they can get annoying, especially like when they're loitering on the side of a platform you're trying to jump up to and you get knocked back down. Like, fuck off. You mentioned the 3DS version where this got a full, like, reimagination of the level, or... Well, I say reimagination, the first act was literally just a rehash, but...
Yeah, well, that's how, 3DS Generations gets down.
Quite a low-budget title, from what I can tell, but, like, the HD one has that DLC expansion thing, which I believe was pre-order on console. You can get it for free now on Steam, I think, but...
That sounds about right, I feel.
Yeah.
I think missed opportunity, because it is a bit of a time waster kind of gig.
It's just a pinball table, isn't it?
Yeah, that's all it is. I would have liked a bit more, Casino Night.
I suppose. Modern Casino Nights. Okay, I guess I find some of the platforming in it a bit clunky, like it's really trying to wrap its head around how modern Sonic works at times. Like, boost in classic stage doesn't compute.
But that's fine, because in the 3DS one, they'd also just throw away what classic Sonic is entirely, give him the homing attack. Why the fuck not?
Whatever. I mean, it was unlockable in Generations HD, but yeah, classic Sonic gets the homing attack as part of the story in the 3DS game, which makes sense, because, Adventure Sonic is just classic Sonic, but a bit older, and he hasn't learned the boost yet, so whatever.
Yeah, but still, I think my...
Are you going to debate me on Sonic canon, mate? I'll have you know I read the entire Sonic Retro entry on every single game.
Okay, that shows what you've been spending your time doing, although I'm not much better.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, how many takes did it take you to do this final special stage?
Yes. That means I can't remember.
Yes, many. I've got to say, you've had some close calls with these bombs in these stages, mate, and you're cutting it very finely here, I gotta say.
Yeah, well, I noticed in the Unleashed run, some of my jumps were close and they nearly killed you, so this is like the finish you off sort of deal. God
damn, man. This is what, stage 4 and you have all the emeralds already?
Yeah, I believe you can actually get all of them by the end of Emerald Hill if you wanted to. There's enough rings scattered between the levels to get them. Sonic and Knuckles as well, you can get them all the Super Emeralds by the end of Mushroom Hill, which I did do last time I played it, because I really don't like Blue Sphere, so just to get that out of the fucking way,
Said I won't turn it into a 2 versus 3K debate, so I'll just say I love Blue Spheres in terms of gameplay and music, and we'll leave it at that. There's the thing, though, the Super Emeralds. Do you think they're ever going to bring them back?
No.
Too late. Like, I think if they were ever going to do it, it would have been if they ever made a Sonic 4 Episode 3, but that's clearly not going to happen at this point.
Don't you love how Episode 2 ends on a cliffhanger, and it will never be resolved, ever?
Well, to be fair, it's probably for the best, because I think the Sonic team really do just need to realise, don't do cliffhangers, guys, because... one, you've already got a bad track record with immediately starting a brand new style the next time you do a game, which is a problem. But also, people do just like to have the nice enclosed narratives, and I mean, the whole thing with Sonic 4 Episode 2 is that it's basically a slightly worse situation. Well, no, it's a slightly better situation than Half-Life 2 Episode 2 and The Wait for 3. But it's still that same thing of, don't say you're going to do episodic and you're going to have like a nice big conclusion.
Yeah, for sure.
You're just going to piss people off.
I never really cared for this boss, honestly. I mean, it's dead now, so who cares, really? But I always find it awkward bouncing off the walls. Again, probably a testament to my skill when it comes to Sonic 2. But,
Yeah, I think you need to get good, because that boss is actually pretty cool. I like the use of momentum so that you time yourself right, time yourself jumping off the walls right, I mean, it rewards skill, for sure. It's just, I'm epic casual, so what are you going to do? I thought we already went through Emerald Hill. This seems surprisingly familiar. Yeah, this is the obvious recolor level. But I like this mainly because of the music. I love this song.
Oh, man.
It's your fucking full-on, like, porn groove music.
Yeah,
sure,
well, the bass is, like, amazing in this, and another level, which we'll be seeing shortly, not to give anything away for this Oh my god, it's over 20 years old, guys.
Yeah, don't spoil Sonic 2. No one knows what's coming.
This game is older than probably a lot of the people watching this playthrough.
It's
right
older
now.
than me.
It's older than me as well.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, so thanks for hanging out with us and talking about Sonic, Grandad.
Oh god. You mentioned Grandad, and my Grandad is basically the one who got me into Sonic to begin with. I've told this story many times, but he used to sit with me as I played the games. I think it was my mum who played the games for me as I watched. So I basically learned by watching her. Are you okay? I look like Sonic because of you. But my Grandad always used to read the comic to me before he passed away, and I can still remember getting my first issue after he'd recently passed, and that was a sad time. But life goes on. Sonic games are bad, but there's always a chance they'll be good again. So swings and roundabouts.
Hang on to that hope. Maybe one day.
And speaking of things that died, how about Archie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I will say flat out, I don't follow the comics, but it doesn't affect me, but I can see why a lot of people are frustrated, especially with the lack of communication there.
I mean, the difference between Fleetway Sonic and Archie Sonic in terms of cancellation is that our side of the pond didn't get screwed over in terms of delays and whatnot. I can't remember a delay of any kind up until the final issue. When it basically became reprints and whatnot with some fancy covers and posters and whatnot. But with Archie Sonic, they've had month-long delays, 2 to 3 months or some shit, and it's just completely unprofessional. And on top of the whole Ken Penders shtick, which I'm not even going to touch in this playthrough, it's icky. Let's just put it that way. It's icky and it's convoluted, and it's really not worth talking about because it's a lot of bad vibes, really. But I think the Archie Sonic fans deserved a bit more than what they got. If it really is cancelled, because from what I read of it, I liked it. Even in the dark ages, it was still pretty fun. And rest in peace. I hope a better publisher gets a hold of it. Maybe someone like IDW or Dark Horse. Dark Horse would be good.
There do seem to be a lot of companies that do tend to be picking up comic franchises, so it may happen, but just see what happens, really.
Basically, what I'm saying is I want Doctor Who and Sonic crossovers.
Jesus Christ, let's not. I don't know, so given I've got history with hearing your little Sonic Heroes fanfiction shit and stuff like that, I now can't be sure whether you're serious when you come up with these bad ideas.
No, I was serious with the Metal Sonic team in Sonic Heroes. Oh, here's another one that you may have forgotten. Again, oh my god, that bass.
Oh, that is some good bass.
I love this song.
Tasty. And I remember, I think, the prank someone pulled, making a Mystic Cave modern. It was a Generations Generations mod, which was pretty funny. But anyway, getting back to the point, oh god, I've had a brain fart. I can't remember what I was going to say. Oh, there we go. I was abridging Sonic Adventure DX, and I got up to a bit, and you may need to brace yourself here, because it's going to be Autism Central in a second.
Oh god.
Because I said, wouldn't it be cool if the Werehog returned and went super? Basically like the Golden Ape in Dragon Ball GT?
Oh, Tom.
I know.
Oh, how we were when we were young.
See, you've just opened yourself up to so much more mockery. I hope you realise. You could have not told me that.
I'm not like you, Flame. I don't care what people think of me.
You follow me on Twitter. Do you think I care what people think of me?
Good point.
But anyway, I know we've gone several levels now without addressing fucking Supersonic on screen here. He controls like wank. Let's just say it.
Proto Supersonic here. In 3 and K, they wisely made the decision that you have to jump and press the jump button again before you turn super. Oh no, not in Sonic 2, the game where you go fast immediately, without hesitation. You merely get 50 rings after getting all 7 emeralds, and then you jump and bada bing, you're locked into Supersonic until your rings run out, which is great in Mystic Cave Zone, which has basically a pit of death, and if you fall into it, you have to wait for your rings to drain until you turn back into regular Sonic and you die. So enjoy that. Try to avoid it if you can.
So what I find really funny is that in the remastered version, the Taxman support on the phone version, that one, that's where they put the transition area to the fixed up hidden palace.
Interesting.
You have to go into the death pit. I can't remember what the prerequisites for that are, but like if you go down there, you get into the bonus level, which is a fixed-up version of the unused Hidden Palace from this game.
That's really cool.
Save that for next time, because I want to hear about like the cut levels and whatnot, because I've always kind of been intrigued with like that side of the franchise. I don't really follow stuff like as closely as, say, I don't know, maybe you or Sky do, Flamestar. Something to talk about for the final part, perhaps.
As for Supersonic, as you were saying, like, yeah, he bolts all over the place. Do I know whether I'm going the right way? Who gives a fuck? I'm Supersonic, hold right and hope you win.
Yeah, basically. Oh man, like, hold right to win came about much earlier than I previously anticipated.
Well, actually, I know a lot of people like to give Sonic flack, but they did innovate. They went from hold right to win to hold X to win, you know?
No.
They made that huge difference.
This is true.
Oh god, this boss, even without Supersonic, this boss is a bit of a joke, really. I'm trying the drills again, I got 2 this time.
Eggman really just needs to stop it with the drills, because they do bugger all.
Yours is the drill that will do fucking nothing.
Yeah, this is a drill that will not pierce the heavens, and this is the co-commentator, well, kind of out of myself there, I'm the main commentator. Regardless of which commentator I might be and who you might be, please join us next time for the finale of Sonic 2.